While in class, you feel a sudden movement, a shake if you would like to call it. You wonder what it was. You think it might have been the class jumping in the other room, but then you remember that that would be kind of silly. You raise your hand and ask your teacher what it was. She replies, "I think that was an earthquake." "What's an earthquake?" the class asks, and the teacher proceeds with this lesson. I'm sure many of you are wondering what an earthquake is. An earthquake is what happens when two blocks of the earth suddenly slip past one another and cause a sudden movement. Looking at this picture, you can see the diagram of the Earth's surface. There are three parts that are important to understanding how an earthquake works. Starting from the top, the first area is called the fault plane. This is the surface where the slip happens. Looking at the next area in the middle is the surface directly below the fault. This is called the epicenter, which is the location in the middle above the Earth's surface. The bottom arrow is the hypocenter. This is below the Earth's surface and where the earthquake begins. I'm sure you are thinking, what causes an earthquake? Well, I'm here to tell you. The layers that make up our Earth have tectonic plates that move around and bump into each other. The edges of the tectonic plates have many faults, which is what most earthquakes occur on. These edges are very rough, which makes it capable of getting stuck, while the rest of the plate continues to move. When and if the plate continues to move and gets far enough, the edges then unstick, and that's when the earthquake happens. The shaking movement from the earthquakes can be very light or very powerful. This shaking is the result of energy from our Earth's crust. The energy that comes outward from the faults in all directions causing semisonic waves that cause the Earth to shake. Once the waves reach the Earth's surface is when we feel the shaking. We are able to feel this shaking because the ground is literally moving beneath us. This causes our houses, cars, and even people to shake too. Although the idea of a shaking movement might seem cool, this shaking movement can cause a huge amount of damage. Earthquakes are recorded by their strength. They have their own scale that measures beneath the Earth's surface, determining how large the earthquake was. If the instrument comes out and has a short line, it means that the earthquake was small. However, when the lines are big, it means that there has been a large earthquake that can probably cause potential damage. The size of an earthquake is called magnitude. There's one magnitude for each earthquake that happens. In the United States, there is one specific area that has had many devastating earthquakes. This is California. California has not one but two plates, the Pacific Plate and the North American Plate. This area between these two plates move about 2 inches per year. During most of this time, there are tiny shocks that occur each year. However, in other areas where this constant movement or creep between the two plates are occurring can cause buildup, in which when a release finally happens, it results in a great and large earthquake. Unfortunately, scientists are unable to predict when an earthquake can happen. Scientists know that earthquakes will continue to happen, however, the timing of them are unknown. Last but not least, it is important to be aware of how to react during an earthquake and take the necessary precautions to stay safe if one were to ever happen near you.